is In the Know for Wednesday, November 24, the 328th day of 2021. There are 37 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, and the hashtag around these parts is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. The celebrations are hours away for Turkey Day. Also going to talk about the most unique side dishes at the Thanksgiving table tomorrow. We've got that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Are you ready to eat?
Yes. I'm just hoping that I can taste it.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. How much weight do you think you're going to gain over the holidays? If you just had to guess, what do you think?
3 pounds.
You say
maybe?
3.
Yeah.
Most people think they pick up between 5 and 10 pounds, but a number of studies have determined that you pack on just over a pound during the holidays, not 5 to 10 pounds, somewhere the average. So that's the average, I guess. The trick is, don't weigh yourself the day after. Don't weigh yourself the day after you have the big meal. You give it a little extra time before you see the average. Just wait till the end and do it. We say good morning over there in chair number 2 to Grayson County Ag Agent, Miss Whitney Carmen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Glad to be here.
I intended to call you Pilgrim. Welcome back, Pilgrim. We got a gathering of the Pilgrims here. I don't know. You may prefer to be one of the Native Americans.
I don't know. I've got quite a bit in me.
Well, I mean, it's your coloring would indicate that you probably could. You know, last Wednesday when you were here, you thought that maybe you might not be able to be here today because you all are celebrating a big birthday at the extension office
We
today.
are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you said Kendra's having a birthday.
She is.
A milestone birthday?
Yeah. I won't name the milestone, but yeah, she's having a milestone.
But you're so modest because you made zero reference to the fact that today is actually your birthday.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Am I allowed to say how old you are?
Yeah. Can you guess?
You are 3 times 10 plus 5.
Yes. That's right.
See, that way if I make it a math problem, it's not like just telling your age.
And then, so Kendra is 5 plus that.
Add an extra 5 for Kendra's milestones.
Yes.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
We always play this song on birthday.
Hey, I like it.
Do you have any birthday wishes? Like, is there anything you want for your birthday other than a half a day off?
Well, that's
Peace
what I'm
and
asking for. Yeah, no, we have a Thanksgiving this evening, so we're, just to chill the rest of the afternoon.
So you're going to have Cattleman's Burger for lunch.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I don't know. We have a lot of little snacky foods at the office right now because we're celebrating birthday, but I don't know if I'll have enough
You at
room.
least take one home.
Oh, I will take one home for sure. Yes, I'm not going to not eat it. I just may not eat it at the location.
You'll be offered
Yes, I will.
a Cattleman's Burger for lunch.
Yep.
You and I will both find our ways there midday today. Weather-wise, we're blessed with another great weather day for the Salute to the American Farmer. We are going to see warm temperatures this afternoon. Well, warmer by standards of the last few days. Tomorrow, a cold front is going to bring rain to the region, and then on Friday, it'll be sunny and cold pre-dawn wind chills. So if you get early on Black Friday, just you will want to layer up. Today will be increasing clouds as the day goes on, but no chance of rain today. A high of 57. Showers late tonight, a low of 44. At some point in time this evening, winds are going to pick up just a little bit to bring that rain into us. And then tomorrow, 100% chance of rain, and I think it, by the afternoon, I think it's just probably steady rain throughout the afternoon tomorrow. So a high of 47. So enjoy the day today, because I can't promise you that there'll be another nice
Good
one.
travel day today, and then good day to eat and lay around
Yeah,
tomorrow.
a lot of people like to either do the turkey trot or they like to get out and go for a walk after the meal, get outside. It's going to be sloppy tomorrow, so
will.
maybe tomorrow's going to be an indoor day. Sad to report this morning that a child is the sixth death in the Waukesha parade crash, and the suspect saw his first court appearance yesterday. An 8-year-old boy became the sixth person to die as a result of a man driving his SUV into a suburban Milwaukee Christmas parade with a criminal complaint alleging that the suspect in the case steered side to side with the intent of striking marchers and spectators. On Monday, when we talked about this, we had seen some reports that said that person wasn't weaving through trying to inflict as much carnage as possible, but at least some eyewitnesses say that was the case. And such a high rate of speed. When you see that
Yes,
video,
it's scary.
it's just unbelievable how fast that person, 39-year-old Daryl Brooks, has been charged with 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, a charge that carries a mandatory life sentence if convicted. He rocked back and forth in his seat and cried throughout his court hearing yesterday.
I feel no remorse.
I feel no.
Nor do I.
The last couple of days, it's been mulling around in my mind. I've got some punishments come to mind.
Oh, he'll if when he's in
For him.
prison, they will take care of that.
Well, and even beyond that, I just think I don't really. We're not supposed to do eye for an eye, but I think considering he used his vehicle to run over someone previously, a significant other, that maybe part of his sentencing, part of his punishment should be run over by an SUV. And then if he lives, then, we'll house him for a while and, put him at the jail or whatever happens. But then I have to remember, no, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So it's not my job to
Right.
exact vengeance.
That's right.
I'll just step back and let things go the way they're supposed to go. Additional charges related to the sixth death and more than 60 people injured. That number got adjusted. It had been 48, but it's now 60 people. Brooks is accused of speeding away from the police and entering the Christmas parade Sunday night, refusing to even stop. And I didn't know until this morning that an officer fired 3 rounds into that vehicle. I just not paying enough attention.
Yeah, I had read that. Well, when it first came out, they said that he had fired, but that nobody around was injured because of him firing. Because that's the next thing everybody's, well, what was he firing at? So
Yeah. There was somebody who was beating on the hood trying to get him to stop, and it just went on through. President Biden yesterday ordered a record 50 million barrels of oil released from America's strategic reserve, aiming to bring down gasoline prices and other costs in coordination with other major energy-consuming nations, including India, the United Kingdom, and China. So dipping into the reserve, going to pay the reserve back over a period of time. But I just don't understand, if you've come to your senses that America needs to rely upon its own oil to manage gasoline prices, where you been? Like,
that's a good question.
how has it taken you this long to figure out that this was the right move? Is it just because the other guy did it that way? Is this what we've devolved to? Just because the other guy did it a way that was working for Americans? Wait, that's bad.
Well,
We
and
just got to.
And my argument is that it's nothing against people trying to do renewable and go that way. I understand that, and that's a good thing and a good practice we need to look towards. But if this is already there and this is working, then why?
The free market needs to drive renewables.
Yes.
Renewables need to be affordable. I don't
Right.
doubt that there don't need to be incentives.
Sure.
And I don't doubt that we need to lessen our carbon footprint. But you can't strangle us to death at the gas pump in the process.
Right.
And so find something in the middle. I do see where gasoline prices were probably too low at one point in time, because there are things that are tied to gasoline prices that we rely upon to keep the lights on as a state, as a nation. So I get that, but it can't just be, choke you to death with 2 hands around your neck.
And it's a double-edged sword too, because we're talking about the American farmer today, and that not only are gas prices, strangling them, you've got, because of gas prices being so high, you've got all of their other inputs. So therefore, at the end of the day, the cost that they're getting back is not any better, and we are paying more for the goods that they provide.
Imagine
So
what it took to
it's a-
harvest this year's crop compared to what it cost to harvest last year's
and
crop.
fertilizer prices in this next go round is bad. So I feel sorry for. I see it on both sides. It's not good.
Absolutely. It's sad that I got gleeful yesterday that I had saved up to where I could get $1 off a gallon because of my grocery purchases. And then when I said, yeah, give me the full $1, and I was basically on fumes. I was like, I'm going to take full advantage of this. And it netted down to $1.82 a gallon, which is better than it had been a week or so ago when it was over $3 already. So, but I'm rejoicing, but I still have my receipt from last year where I paid 18 cents a
I was
gallon.
going to say,
for
I
it.
bet it was
remember
something-
that.
Yeah, because I took the
It was
dollar.
crazy.
I took the dollar reward and I bought.
I remember as a child, my mother going to the gas station down the road and it being 80 cents. And, of course, it was probably in the late 90s. And I thought, wow, what is the big deal?
I don't
And
remember I don't remember gasoline getting that cheap during that
it
period.
was,
but
there
apparently
was
did.
a line. It was one of those days that it was.
Was it a grand
everybody-
opening?
I
It might have been somebody
I
opening
just
a new
remember it
store.
being really, really low.
A Hartford man on the run since 2019 has been arrested in Ohio County with a significant amount of methamphetamine and pills. Ohio County Sheriff Tracy Beatty said that Monday night, 11 o'clock, they arrested 46-year-old Terry Chanley on multiple warrants. Chanley walked away from a halfway house in Louisville, June 22 of 2019. A Pulaski County man has been jailed after perpetrating a scam against an elderly Willisburg man. The Washington County Sheriff's Office arrested 30-year-old Travis Beach and charged with theft by unlawful taking and knowingly abusing or neglecting an adult. We hear about these scams. We see law enforcement officers and others, say, be wary. There are scammers in the area, people trying to prey upon, take advantage of people. So you might wonder, how does this work? Well, the victim told the men, was told the men would asphalt his driveway for $80. All right, I go back and remind us, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But then when the elderly man handed the guy the check, he made it out for $8,000. So that's another thing that people will do. Will you make the check out for me? I've done it. I used to work at a convenience store, and I was surprised at the number of people that when I was a teenager would come in and say, can you fill out my check for me? And I was like,
I've done it multiple times.
wow. It
when
just
I worked
struck me
at
as
the CB.
it worked me as it caught me by surprise. And so I know that it happens. But I also think there should be special punishments for people that take advantage of people who either have dementia or are incapacitated or just prey upon those that are having a hard time just living a normal life.
Right.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this man probably didn't have $8,000 to just, wash away and just say, here, take it. But it has been returned and the person has been jailed. Kentucky's Attorney General joined a lawsuit challenging the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services mandatory COVID-19 vaccination requirement for healthcare workers. Daniel Cameron joined 13 other states in the lawsuit filed in the United States District Court for the Western District of Louisiana. The lawsuit argues that the mandate is unlawful and unconstitutional, and the CMS does not have the authority to issue the ruling. Approximately 1/3 of Kentuckians are covered by the Medicaid program. In fiscal year 20 and 21, Kentucky received more than $12 billion in federal funds for Medicaid services. I'll be curious to know how long the legal fight on these mandates goes.
Right. Because does that push it along? I mean, with that being legislation, do they still have to mandate, or do they have to go through with it, or is it kind of stalled like it was with
the trick is, it's like, well, if I can bluff you into getting the vaccinated, well, then you can't get unvaccinated.
Right.
But that's why you generally see, stays. They'll say, I'm staying this order, or I'm putting a halt while we figure it out, which is basically just buying the unvaccinated people time. Because they're not going to say, well, go ahead and get vaccinated. And then if we figure out you don't have to, we'll say, oh, sorry, you didn't have to. That's not really the way that it works. A new Fish and Wildlife Commissioner has been appointed for Kentucky's 6th District, and he is the first African-American named to the commission. Jerry Farrell of Richmond will represent Anderson, Boyle, Casey, Clark, Estill, Fayette, Franklin, counties in that area. I won't name them all, except Woodford is the last one alphabetically. Farrell participates in fishing tournaments throughout the state and is a small game hunter. He is a retired production controller from Toyota Manufacturing in Georgetown. So, good for him.
Yep.
Is that what you commonly call a game warden? It's not. He's the commissioner of the game wardens.
Yes. I was going to say, you have to
his
be...
district.
You are law enforcement as a game warden. So, I mean, you have to go through all that proper training.
Got it. A new program designed to provide early intervention and protection for neglected and abused children in families affected by substance use disorder was unveiled at a press conference yesterday. Volunteers of America and the state's Cabinet for Health and Family Services are joining together in the Family Recovery Program, which will begin as a pilot program in Clay, Hardin, and Lincoln counties to support families with drug-addicted parents and are being supervised by the Cabinet's Department for Community-Based Services. As part of the program, the VOA staff and clinicians will share space at the local DCBS offices in the 3 counties. They will provide assessments and recommendations for care, make links to treatment, participate in prevention planning, and coordinate case management with the treatment provider and the DCBS team. I am all for efficient ways to help solve those societal issues, and I don't think that singularly will solve it, but I'm all for things that efficiently get at it. And so it's nice to be interesting to see how that program works. Whitney, who do you have? UK? Who wins the Governor's Cup on Saturday?
Ooh, I have UK in a tight one, honestly.
I allowed myself to think this game was going to be close when really I thought it shouldn't be, but I don't know.
I think we're an underdog.
Yeah, that's the thing I can't
But
understand.
we're home. They're home. That it always,
They've not played a defense like ours. We have played an offense like theirs, although we haven't played them very well. So we'll see.
I hope they haven't played a defense like ours. I hope ours actually steps up on Saturday.
Sad news, I learned yesterday, we went from being so excited first of the week
I saw this
that
too.
Landon Young got his first start at left tackle for the Saints on Sunday. And he apparently suffered an injury during that game, but played the second half on a broken foot. And it's been diagnosed this week, and he'll have season-ending surgery sometime this week. But
they said he went to the medical tent and then came back out. So I guess that was they maybe just retaped it. And ran
probably
on.
did, and then they went in later and realized, it is broken. But it shows you, I mean, he's tough.
Yeah.
But he's also excited that he's going to be a daddy.
I saw that.
Yeah, so it's
I saw that.
It's not all gray skies for Landon, but he got to start. He's going to be a dad, but suffering an injury, and that's just kind of the life of a professional
I was going to
athlete.
say, as a football player, I think you take those. I mean, it's not. You hate to see that, but at the same time, that's just part of the job.
'Tis the season for porch pirates. As you're getting more stuff delivered to your front door, you are seeing. You'll see more and more things possibly go missing. These thieves that show up still surprise me, though, because if you're doing a lot of e-commerce, one of the things you bought in e-commerce was a Ring doorbell, or a camera for your porch, or the higher the likelihood, if you've got attractive items being left by FedEx and UPS and USPS, you weren't dumb enough to not put a camera on your porch.
Right.
So the fact that these people will still just go, oh, let's see what's here.
Yeah.
But this guy created what was an Amazon wall. So he's in a high traffic area and his porch is very visible from the street. So he went in and took basically a pallet and made a planter out of it. And so he talked to his delivery people, and the delivery people will tuck his deliveries right behind. But now the porch pirates know, look behind the Amazon wall.
Right.
They just say there's an odd looking pallet, but it's an ingenious. It's a really neat way, I think, to try and.
Mine just put. Well, yeah, we've got secret places at our house.
Yeah, if it's out of sight, people are less likely to be, tempted by it. So if they can't see it, they think, oh, nothing there.
Yeah.
Move on to the next house. But got to get to a break. We'll come back. Whitney Carmen is our guest co-host today. Got plenty more. Hang around here on In the Know.
Now thanks a million thanks to you.
This Saturday, down Interstate 64 to battle for in-state bragging rights. Louisville Cardinals and your Kentucky Wildcats. Touchdown, Kentucky!
The Cats on K105 are brought to you by the accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart. Tune in and countdown to kickoff 4:30 Saturday on K105.
Attention propane customers. Has your existing provider been hard to reach? Have you had questions that haven't been answered or experienced long wait times and been asked to reply and send emails for customer support? Don't waste any more of your time. Southern States Co-op in Bowling Green will take your call. They will even swap out your existing tank with no charge for removing your current tank. Southern States of Bowling Green is ready to serve your propane needs in Bowling Green and surrounding counties because empty is never an option.
If you're a woman over 40, have you had your annual mammogram? Whether you're a mother, wife, sister, mentor, or friend, you're important to so many in your life. At Owensboro Health, we want to help you live a healthy life with the ones you love. Having an annual screening mammogram is one way to take good care of yourself, because you're worth it. Schedule your screening mammogram online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
This holiday season, remember that Core-Mark Kentucky offers you paid holidays from the first day you start. They are now hiring order selectors. That means you work a Sunday through Thursday schedule, pulling orders for our customers each night. You'll earn $14 per hour after 90 days, qualify for benefits after 30 days, and receive a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Start your new year out right with a family-oriented company. Apply online at careers.core-mark.com or feel free to call careers.core-mark.com.
Down, set, 8-1-1, 8-1-1.
The best football teams always get the call right, and you need to make the right call before you excavate. If you don't and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate and you could be fined up to $1,250. So make the right call. Put safety first. Call 811 before you dig.
Touchdown! Oh my goodness!
This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Twitter is going to start testing a new live shopping experience. The live stream basically allows users to both watch a broadcast and shop at the same time. The first live shopping stream will debut November 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern when Walmart hosts a Cyber Week-themed live stream with Jason Derulo. Songwriter will spend about 30 minutes talking about a variety of products, including electronics and home decor. Twitter says it's rolling out a shopping manager to make the whole shopping process easier. Walmart says they're going to host 30 shoppable live stream events over the holiday season. Dodge hitting the brakes on its muscle cars. Automaker will cease production of its gas-powered Charger sedan and Challenger coupe in 2024 in order to make way for their first electric vehicles. Ringo Starr will now teach you how to play the drums online. Legendary percussionist of the Beatles teaming with Masterclass for the 12-part course, along with more than 150 classes led by celebrities and expert instructors. Masterclass plans start at $180 a year. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC News Radio.
Love to eat turkey. Love to eat turkey. I love you. Love to eat turkey, 'cause it's good.
Oh, the Thanksgiving song. I'd like to spend 3 minutes listening to it, but we got other stuff to do. You can
I love it. I
you
love
can-
Adam
you can
Sandler.
Find it.
Oh,
It's
me
so
too.
good. It's
Yeah.
a gobble gobble dee and a gobble gobble gickle. I wish turkey only cost a nickel. Well, it used to, but it doesn't cost a nickel this year. Today is Brownie Locks Day. Today. I know one of you officially identifies as Brownie Locks. Miss Buckles, do you in any way identify with Brownie Locks? You have a combination of locks.
Yeah, I suppose, but I mean, there's all kinds of colors in here. I mean,
Yeah, it's
gray,
quite the palette.
brown,
I got a lot more gray than I used to.
Today is the day to celebrate being a brunette, as some people have brown hair. The day has also been called Big Hair Day. So if you got Big Brown Hair Day, then I guess you're probably a
winning
fan of horse races, Big Brown, and or a fan of UPS. It's also been referred to as Brunette Pride Day today. So don't let those blondes push you all around today. The brownie locks, the brunettes are are in charge today. It's also National Sardines Day today. If I've had sardines, someone tricked me and I was unaware of it.
I have.
It's
Like
been a really
from
long
the
time.
can.
Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've had any, but yes.
I was probably in elementary school.
Would you do it again?
If I absolutely had to.
Well, I probably would.
Oh, wait, let's talk more about turkey.
Can't believe Tyson gave that
Turkey. Here's some whack turkey facts for you. An adult turkey has about 3,500 feathers.
You just can't lose.
Can you believe that a turkey, a 15-pound turkey usually is 70% white meat, 30% dark meat? Male turkeys gobble. Hens do not.
Mm-hmm.
They make a clicking noise. The hens do. 16-week-old turkey is... Oh, that's why the turkey call is that way. Got it.
Yeah.
16-week-old turkey is called a fryer. A 5 to 7-month-old turkey is called a young roaster. And a year-old bird is a yearling. A turkey 15 months or older is called mature. And we've long been told the tryptophan in the turkey is what makes us sleepy, and that's not true. It's everything else together that gives you that, I gotta, it is. So how long will we be eating turkey leftovers?
In my house, just a couple of days.
Couple days?
Well, for me, I eat leftovers for a week. So
Yeah. Well, I will say through the weekend, probably. I'm doing 2 turkeys. I'm doing one for home and one to take. But I would imagine there will be leftovers of both. But the question was, what will be your main course for Thanksgiving dinner? 65% of Americans said turkey. 24% of Americans said something else. And the number of days you typically eat leftover turkey after Thanksgiving, the largest percentage is 3 days at 30%, 4 or more, 22%, 1 day, only 10%. Don't give up after 1 day.
Oh, yeah, 1 day. Yeah, don't do that.
Well, turkey hash, turkey gravy, turkey a la king, turkey. But if you don't like the turkey, then maybe you're more interested in the sides. We talked about it last week or so ago. And then, Whitney, I shared it with you after you weren't here. I found it interesting to learn where all of our Thanksgiving foods come from.
Yes.
Where the majority of them are grown. And so, kind of, here are some unique Thanksgiving side dishes. Bubba Bussey says that Kentucky is famous for dressing balls, that he knows people in Kentucky that they do their dressing in balls and bake them.
Yes, I know of a bunch of people that do that
You
too.
do? I've never had dressing balls, but I would imagine they're good. But certain states are known for different things, like the state of Minnesota at Thanksgiving is known for wild rice casserole.
I could get behind that.
That sounds very harvesty, very earthy, very... I
would eat it.
see. So that looks good. I guess what I would have to decide
is what it takes the place of?
Yes, exactly. If I'm adding this, what's getting left out?
Yeah.
Because you can't just keep adding. So
Well, you can.
not if I'm the chef. So something's got to go.
Somebody's got to bring it if they're going to have it.
It can be the green bean casserole's got to
Yes,
go. The broccoli casserole's got to go.
I would trade that for a green bean casserole.
Really?
You would.
Yeah. I like green beans plain, in just green beans that have been cooked, but I do not like green bean casserole.
In Texas and Oklahoma, they have what's called the sopapilla cheesecake. It's a fun and easy dessert. It riffs on another regional specialty. A sopapilla is a pillowy fried pastry popular across the Southwest. This looks like something I've eaten, but I didn't know it was a sopapilla.
I thought it was a Hispanic dish because we used to have them in our Spanish class in high school.
It sounds very Spanish. Sopapilla. In Colorado, Idaho, Nevada, and Wyoming, they have frog eye salad.
I've heard of this, but I don't remember what's in it.
Wow.
Is it corn?
Yeah. Frog eye salad is small potato tubes, Cool Whip. No, small pasta tubes. Sorry.
I was gonna say potato tubes. I've
Cool
never heard of
Whip
that.
and pineapple.
Cool Whip and pasta.
So have you seen pineapple, Cool Whip, and pasta? So like a penne pasta or something?
Maybe.
Huh.
It's
All right.
an odd combination of things.
I think so too.
Yeah, and then Utah, they have funeral potatoes. In addition to having frog eye salad, they have funeral potatoes. Do we just call those like, those almost look like thrice baked instead of twice baked?
Yeah.
Well, so on my maternal side, we call those company potatoes.
Company potatoes, because after the funeral you have company. So is that
I
like
don't know why, but
They're an easy dish to make, I guess. Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
so you would take them for a company event or funeral or
Interesting.
whatever.
Psychologist says people are going all in this holiday season after the pandemic has changed how we celebrate. Eileen Anderson says people are just hungry to feel a connection with their friends and family. She says it was a huge psychological cost for people to lose their annual Nutcracker trip, their tree lighting, their Christmas concert, or their menorah lighting. We've seen that in other ways in the pandemic, like the hunger for live music, more people going to concerts and people going to more than they usually would. A lot of people just saying, I'm sick of it. I'm reclaiming my life. So yeah, a lot of vengeance, a lot of revenge. Like it was taken from me and I'm going to recapture it. Maybe while you're out doing live music or going to movies or dinners, maybe you can tap into your store of gift cards that you've
Yeah.
accumulated over the last few years.
Yeah.
If you're like us, we've got a stack of them.
We do too.
But then what we'll do is we'll go to dinner somewhere or we'll make a choice. And then on the way home from that place, one of us will say, no, what we should have done?
We should have used that
We should have used a gift card.
Yeah. I have actually gotten to the point where we get a lot of them for fast food and we take them with us to ball games. And so we will on the way to and from. So we've started using our stash a little more than we typically do.
45% of holiday gift spending across 10 countries will be spent on gift cards.
I believe
So
it.
listen, and the United States is one of them. We're closing in on 45 out of 100 spending is on gift cards.
And the thing about it is how much is that wasted because we do forget. I mean, it's honestly, if you give gift cards,
it's a racket for the retailer. They love gift cards, but I appreciate a gift card. I like being able to go and choose. I hate giving them.
I'm the same way.
I do not.
I don't like giving them because it's so dear daughter. I could only be troubled to pick out the store. You'll have to do the rest.
Yeah.
You know, it just sounded like I don't know enough about what's going on with you to be able to choose a gift and say, but then isn't the gift partly to say you have the freedom to choose?
Well, and I think that we get several people in our family that actually request gift cards because they are kind of hard to shop for. And so they just know that they know what they want. And so they would rather just go pick it out.
Right.
So,
well, speaking as I just referred to the eldest daughter, who's I was using as an example, because she told me on Saturday, I said, what do you want for Christmas? She said, gift cards, because they're now homeowners and they need things around the house they still, they're newlyweds and there's still things from their wedding registry that weren't. And so she just said, that's what we want. And, you know, for people who have, you know, projects in the future for us too, I'm kind of thinking, you know, I probably
that's us too.
You know, I probably would like to be able to, but it just, as the giver, it feels impersonal.
I understand that. I'm the same way. But I do, like, we're going to ask for gift cards this year because we do have some home projects. And so my mom's like, what do y'all want? I'm like, get him a gift card because then he can go buy and do whatever he wants.
But then aren't we just half a step away from just cash then?
Yeah.
I mean, that way aren't we just...
I take all forms. I don't care.
Yeah. I guess the one good thing about gift cards, if you're the giver, is there might be an incentive to buying the gift card. Like if you have a loyalty card at said retailer and you buy a gift card, then you might be accumulating some type of bonus or something. In a cash world, there is no such incentive. So I don't know, but we're obviously going that way, which might be an indication that we just have too much stuff.
Yeah. Well, I would almost rather, I've tried to talk my family into doing just like a gag gift thing and then do a donation to something.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, good luck getting everybody to agree.
Well, that's exactly
on who to donate to.
You know, we
Can
still
just go
haven't
back
done it.
Can we just go back to cash? And then a Florida family is facing daily homeowners association fines for early Christmas lights display. A Florida family is in trouble with their homeowners association for putting up their Christmas lights too early. The Maffa family hired a company to decorate the yard of their Tampa home on November 6th. Days later, they received a letter notifying them that they now face a fine violating their HOA agreement. If they don't remove the lights, they could face fines of $100 a day up to $1,000. Well, they're beyond that by now.
I was going to say just pay $1,000.
They're 10 days in. The guy says he has no plans to remove the lights. This was the only availability of the company that does the installations. I can't climb up on the roof myself. And so an attorney for the West Chase Community Association said a neighbor complained about the display.
Can they not just turn the lights off?
Well, of course they did. Yeah, you would think that they probably could. Although, then they may be even saying in the daytime we can see your. I don't know if it's just the lights
or if it's
the decor. And as somebody who doesn't like rushing the seasons, I'm kind of like, yeah, you shouldn't be able to do that. But at the same time, you got to pay really close attention. When you move into a neighborhood, you better pay close attention. You're moving into that neighborhood for protection from certain things, including other people being protected from you if you want to paint your house pink or whatever it might be. So I'm mixed on this one.
Yeah.
We have HOAs for a reason until they rule against me, and then suddenly I'm like, what are you talking about? This is unbelievable. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know.
If you still listen to 8-track tapes and watch black and white television, then I bet you still use a phone to request underground utility line locations. Well, that's old school. Now everything is done online, including contacting 811 before you dig. Making a request online is faster, easier, and just as free as calling. Before you dig, on the job site or at home, notify 811 online at Kentucky811.org. That's Kentucky811.org.
With the new law, more people qualify for financial assistance at healthcare.gov. Real customers like Taylor.
You know, I wish people knew how easy it was to get health coverage. This new law has made it so affordable. I'm only paying $52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify. Enroll by December 15th at healthcare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
My son is not some statistic.
My daughter's not a headline.
My girl, she's not someone's agenda.
What she
is
irreplaceable. COVID hospitalizations of young people have
tripled since the start of summer.
So I talked to my daughter's doctor about COVID vaccines.
And she said they're highly effective in preventing hospitalizations and deaths, even from the Delta variant.
We can do this. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, I'm a coroner. It can be a tough job. But you know what makes it even tougher? Seeing people senselessly die because they didn't bother to use their seatbelts. Or senselessly die because they got distracted by their phone. Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down. Because by the time I see you, it's too late.
Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Stihl outdoor power tools may be hard to wrap, but once they get opened, you'll see why Stihl is so easy to give. Find the right gift this year with battery power made by Stihl. From mowers and blowers to trimmers and chainsaws, our AK Homeowner series of battery tools starts at just $199.99. Shop now by visiting your local Stihl dealer or going to stihlusa.com/gift guide. Real Stihl. Find yours. All prices MSRP available at participating dealers while supplies last. The holiday season is right around the corner, so give the gift that's hard to wrap, but easy to give. Give them a Stihl. From powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws under the tree to branded accessories stuffed in their stockings, the Stihl Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Visit your local Stihl dealer or go to stihlusa.com/gift guide. Real Stihl. Find yours. Available at participating dealers while supplies last.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather.
While we will see
some clouds moving in as the day goes along. We'll still get enough sunshine and strong southerly wind to push your temperatures into the 50s for highs. Speaking of that wind, we're expecting gusts today near 25 miles per hour. Now for tonight, we fall down into the 40s. From the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Thank you, friends. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I'm so grateful for all the things you helped me do. Oh.
Did you know the more features your phone has, the longer you spend on the toilet?
Maybe for, well,
I
for
was going to say
men.
for some people, but
Oh, it's not limited to men, I assure you.
No, I don't.
I'm telling you, I don't. That's not my deal.
The study. But it's interesting, though, the study that they've gone to. How many features do you have on your phone? And then they've had to calculate your throne time to decide.
Who got that job?
Whether, yeah. And, well, more importantly, who paid for the study? Like, I better not have paid for the study because, well, that's just, I don't want
Waste
to
of
pay.
time.
Don't want to pay for the study. But it gave me a did you know for today. So
That's
I guess
funny.
I'm at least a little bit okay. The Grammy nominations are out. Okay. After I didn't watch any of the AMAs for the first time probably since I was a teenager, I guess I'm still in on the Grammys for now, unless they say Cardi B is the host, and then probably I'm out on that. Not because I dislike Cardi B, but because I don't think Cardi B is a suitable host for an award show.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think the ability to speak clearly
it's important.
is a requirement to be a host, but that's just me. It's weird to see ABBA as a nominee for Record of the Year.
Did they?
They have
is it
new music.
remastered or something? Oh,
No,
okay.
it's a new song, and it's the original group, and they are even touring, sort of. Their avatars are touring. So they're doing this. It's Frida. The girls said, we'll do new music, but we're not touring. So the guys said, okay, well, how do we come up with this VR of the performers?
Yeah.
But the musicians, there will be musicians, but the singers are actually AI, VR, augmented something.
Interesting.
John Batiste.
Weird. Yeah.
Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, Record of the Year nominated. Justin Bieber nominated. Brandy Carlisle, Doja Cat, Billie Eilish, Lil Nas X, Olivia Rodrigo, Silk Sonic. Most of those same people I just mentioned are nominated for either Album of the Year, Song of the Year.
I only know about a third of those people.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know certainly know ABBA.
Mhm. Yeah.
Tony Bennett is now the oldest artist to ever be nominated for Album of the Year. He is 95 years, 3 months, and 20 days, and he is nominated. So he's the oldest Grammy nominee in history at age 95. Saw a feature on him on 60 Minutes a few weeks ago. It was kind of sad.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
because
he's-
most of the time he doesn't know where he is. But one of the things that gave me joy, because it's clear it gives him joy, is that when it's time to perform, it's still in there.
Yes.
Like he doesn't know what day it is necessarily, and Lady Gaga was really impressed that he knew her name.
Right. And they did, you could see him come up, like with the two of them when they did that special together. You could see.
Yep. So it was, you hate at advanced stages of life like that. And we all, things happen to everybody eventually, but you can just see how important music and performing has been to him. It's the bedrock of who he is as a person, that even when his mind is failing him, he still has the ability to draw upon that.
Right.
And I found it to be impressive. And, it made me happy. Jay-Z is now the most nominated artist in Grammy's history. He got 3 nominations yesterday, becoming the most nominated artist ever with a grand total of 83 nominations. It puts him past Quincy Jones, who previously held the title for the most nominated individual in Grammy history. With Paul McCartney picking up an additional 2 nominations, the Beatles singer is now up to 81, just behind Jay-Z.
He would have been more than Jay-Z.
Yeah, you know, McCartney went for a long time. He kind of went for a long time without any, and then later in life he got back onto it. But by the way, I saw last night while I was working in the kitchen, I watched the trailer of the new documentary, the docu-series for the Beatles on Disney Plus. And I think it's going to be really good. I like the Beatles. I don't love the Beatles, but I saw it and I think it's going to be really interesting. So and Disney had to break their cursing policy, by the way.
I was going to say.
Disney had to give a waiver for their no cussing policy for this documentary to be on their platform.
Huh.
I don't think there's a lot of cussing. I just think there's...
But in order to do that documentary, they probably had to.
Yeah, of course, they have full editorial control, so it must have been something relevant to the documentary in order for it to be in there, I would hope. Some Grammy nomination snubs and surprises. Gabby Barrett was blanked for Best New Artist. She's had a big year, but didn't get a nomination. Chris Stapleton failed to crack the Big Four. I mean, he cleaned up at the CMA Awards, but left out of the Grammys. Morgan Wallen is finding his way back into playlists on country radio around the nation, but the Grammys still say no. Morgan Wallen is uninvited again. John Batiste has a big day. I mentioned his nomination for Song of the Year, but he did most of the soundtrack to Disney's movie Soul, and so that's getting a lot of love.
Yes.
They have decided Kacey Musgrave is country after all. She got left out last year, and there was a big dust-up on if she was country or she wasn't, but I guess they've decided that she is.
Right.
Yeah, she is.
She is. Taylor Swift is not.
Yeah. Well,
yes, I agree. I stand by that. Her old stuff is country, but I don't think she's country.
I just don't like her, period, so.
I did not listen to her when she was country.
I don't know if Kacey Musgraves is. I think her early stuff definitely was. You can't have a song called "Mind Your Own Biscuits" and "Life Will Be Gravy."
Yeah,
without being country. But there's that she's drifted, like Space Cowboy and things have drifted out of the country lane, and I think they have a hard time knowing where to put her.
Yeah,
and
she's sort of like Eric Church was there for a while, and now he's gone back to that country too. But
I also say that I'm old enough to remember when the Zac Brown Band was not country.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the anniversary of the first time I was ever introduced to the Zac Brown Band because they used to play the turkey toss for Rick and Bubba in their early years. So I heard Chicken Fried 5 years before it was a hit on radio. But anyway, that's you just find artists it's hard to place them, and Kacey Musgraves is one of them. But anyway, the Grammy nominations are out right before Thanksgiving. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. We'll finish it up for the week here on In the Know.
All that is forgiven. We try so hard.
Did you know that the average person thinks 500 negative thoughts every day? Thoughts like, why did I do that? Nothing ever goes right. I'm so stupid. No one could ever love me. The world around us can be negative, but we can be our own worst enemy as well. We're critical with ourselves about who we are and question our own value. We get stuck in bad habits, but convince ourselves that change is impossible. The difficulty of that inner struggle is why theologian Warren Wiersbe once said, "The mind is not a playground, it's a battleground." In war, battles are won by gaining control of the high ground. That's why an army platoon takes the hill, why the Air Force guards the sky, and why America fought to win the space race. The high ground of your personal life is your mind. Victory comes by taking every thought captive, by replacing thoughts of worry and fear with thoughts of hope and faith. To achieve that goal, let go of being your own worst critic and become a coach. A good coach wouldn't belittle you. They'd call you out for mistakes, but they'd also come alongside you and say, "Hey, you got this." Overcoming negative thoughts can feel like trying to outrun your shadow. But remember this, your past may influence you, but it doesn't have to define you. As author John Maxwell says, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. For more to help you thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
I'm an emergency medical technician. Today, I arrived at the scene of a crash. I've seen enough of these to know it's a bad one. Young female driver, unconscious. I see her phone on the floor. The screen says OMW. On my way. She never hit send. Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
With the new law, more people qualify for financial assistance at healthcare.gov. Real customers like Taylor.
You know, I wish people knew how easy it was to get health coverage. This new law has made it so affordable, I'm only paying $52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify. Enroll by December 15th at healthcare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
So fill your plate and fill your drink and fill this house with family. The kind of love 1,000 miles can't wash away. Cause the older that I get, I see that life is short and bittersweet. Thank God for this Thanksgiving Day.
MB's point to ponder for today. So I read that none of the passengers on the Mayflower had middle names. Like, also the first European born in the New World was Peregrine White. So my question is that coincidence, or did middle names only become a thing after did middle names become a thing in the United States? Are middle names a relative? Are they about 250 years old?
They might only be, yeah.
Because you don't know William Shakespeare's middle name. Or but why would we have just suddenly said, you know what, you need a middle name?
Was it because of, everybody wanted to have their, you had a surname and, everybody was John Smith and then
maybe
John Smith II. So you had to put middle names. I don't know.
John Smith is a good idea from the Pocahontas story.
Mm-hmm.
Does John have a middle name?
Don't know.
Jacob Jingleheimer Smith?
I don't know.
See, so
I don't know.
Is it because, Sam's as his mom. Doesn't have a middle name.
I think maybe, did moms get mad and needed more names to call when she hollered?
That's potential.
Yeah.
That's a potential possibility. Or did we decide 3-letter monograms look way cooler than 2-letter monograms?
Well, my husband's first name is not the name. He goes by his middle name.
Okay, I think that happens. Does his given first name
His
is
dad's.
he share it with his dad? So it was to be able to tell them apart, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. On television tonight. Whitney, will you be watching football tomorrow?
Yeah, in between food, probably.
Yeah. So you got the Lions that play tomorrow, and then you got the Cowboys that play tomorrow. Cowboys and Raiders.
Yeah.
Lions and I can't remember who now. The Bears.
I was going to say the Bears.
And then tomorrow night, it's the Bills and the Saints.
Ugh.
Okay.
Sounds so much fun.
That early game, the Lions game
early.
gets more attention
Yeah.
usually than because everybody's kind of like waiting
Mhm.
like for food.
And it's after the Macy's parade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Survivor tonight, after a grueling season with no food, a warm meal is up for grabs at the reward challenge. So yeah, they'll time that out right where they're going to have the equivalent of Thanksgiving meal on Survivor. Saturday Night Live Thanksgiving, sketches from the last 47 seasons.
Yeah.
And on Showtime, The Humans. I don't know what that is, but if it sounds intriguing to you, then you do you and knock yourself out.
Natalie said that her friend goes by his middle name, and so I guess it's more of a thing than we think.
Yeah. I didn't think middle names were an American invention, but perhaps they are. I don't know. It wouldn't be Thanksgiving if we didn't stop and give thanks for WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yes.
It's a helicopter.
Let's see what else. Oh, this is one of my Yeah.
So, Mr. TJ, you're from Appalachia, eh?
Appalachia, eh? All right, without further ado, here's the WKRP Thanksgiving turkey drop. Wait a minute. Yeah, there is some further ado. All right, here we go.
It's a helicopter.
Heard it, and then it went away.
No. I can't tell if I've got a bad... Hang on. This MP3 was given to me, and this MP3 may not work. Oh, no, we're not going to be able to do it. All right, so let's do this part.
Happy Thanksgiving from WKRP.
If you don't have the box set, you should.
It's pretty good.
It's good. Yeah. All right, what do you need to know? Today's highlight in history. This date in 1963, Jack Ruby shot and mortally wounded Lee Harvey Oswald, who had assassinated President Kennedy. In 1991, rock singer Freddie Mercury died in London at age 45. Birthdays today, not a lot to report. Oscar Robertson, the Basketball Hall of Famer, is 83 today. Colin Hanks is 44. Katherine Heigl is 43. Sarah Hyland from Modern Family is 31 today. Gone but not forgotten, Zachary Taylor, born this date in 1784. Scott Joplin in 1868. Dale Carnegie in 1888. Those are your gone but not forgottens. Let's see if we've got some chart toppers. Chart toppers from 1956 is where we're trying to go. This is Guy Mitchell.
Well, I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way?
If you didn't like what they called then the rock and roll version, Marty Robbins had a version on the country charts also called Singing the Blues.
Mm-hmm. I remember that one.
Back when they did that.
I've heard it.
They also did that trick, like when the Michael Bublé song Home was so popular, and then they did a country version of that, and then they did similar for I Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
Yes.
Aerosmith, and then somebody did it on the country charts. But that used to be a very common thing.
Right.
They'd take one song and do two different versions of it by different artists to make the audiences happy. Let's go to 1965. Fontana Bass, #1, with Rescue Me. Whitney, is that your favorite Fontana Bass song?
Yes.
I figured it probably is. I read your mind. 1974, Billy Swan, #1, with I Can Help.
I can help. I got two strong arms. I can help.
He's a helpful fella.
Yep.
That's good. Let's go to 1983. Lionel Richie, #1.
Getting better.
Teaching us some Spanish. Fiesta. Forever.
Hey, some of those clothes in that video are back in style.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
I'm going to leave mine in the closet.
Mine. Ugh. Yeah. Nope.
Let's go. Some of these clothing might be back in this time, too. 1992.
Yep.
Check, baby, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Some of that swimwear is timeless and classic.
Uh-huh.
Let's go to 2001. Mary J. Blige, #1.
Let's get it funk up on up, fun up on up in this dancery. We got y'all open, now you're floating so.
I like Mary J. Blige more than I remember. Like I never wake up and go, oh, I need to hear some Mary J. Blige today. But when I hear it,
You're like, oh, I like this.
I like Mary
yes.
J. Blige.
Yeah. Same.
And by the way, she's sneaky old. She's much older than you would think she is.
Huh. Well, good for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to 2010. 11 years ago today, Rihanna number one with Only Girl in the World. All right. It's kind of become Thanksgiving tradition that I let the Peanuts do the Pearl of Wisdom for Thanksgiving. So here's MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today.
In the year 1621, the Pilgrims held their first Thanksgiving feast. They invited the great Indian chief, Massasoit, who brought 90 of his brave Indians and a great abundance of food. Governor William Bradford and Captain Miles Standish were honored guests. Elder William Brewster, who was a minister, said a prayer that went something like this. We thank God for our homes and our food and our safety in a new land. We thank God for the opportunity to create a new world for freedom and justice. Amen.
MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, if God loves you, and I do too, if you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday for another edition of our show. For Whitney Carmen, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes, it's on.
It's a helicopter, and it's coming this way.
A helicopter?
It's flying something behind it. I can't quite make it out. It's a large banner, and it says, Happy Thanksgiving. From W. What a sight, ladies and gentlemen, what a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object, perhaps a skydiver, plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet.
Those can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! This is terrible. The cars running around, pushing each other. Oh, my goodness! Oh, the humanity! Oh, people are running about. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.